So we have silver there. We'll also hit some medicinal mushrooms. There's a couple that are out there. I mean, I like reishi. There's some other ones that are really good, but reishi and a lot of these mushrooms, one, have an effect on increasing the immune system, whether it's usually the Th1 immune response. Some of them can also deactivate viruses, right? A lot of the beta-1,3-glucan or the triterpenes that are in there can deactivate viruses. So that's pretty powerful out of the gates.
Yeah, I'd say
Anything
turkey
else you want to add
tail.
with that?
Yeah, I think turkey tail and reishi, those would probably be my top two. I mean, you and I do cycle in some maitake and chaga and some lion's mane. I really love lion's mane for cognitive issues or for helping with NGF, which is called nerve growth factor. I had a woman who had chronic burning tongue for 20 years, and we were able to completely reverse that using lion's mane mushrooms. So we suspected it was a nerve injury because after a dental procedure, her tongue was burning, and dealt with it for 20 years, and lion's mane took care of it. So I just love lion's mane, but for this conversation, I think reishi and I'd say turkey tail would be the best. If you are having issues with oxygenation and chronic fatigue, a lot of people having some post-viral chronic fatigue, cordyceps. I love cordyceps mushroom. I use that quite often as well. So those three would be awesome: turkey tail, mushroom, reishi, and cordyceps.
100%. So reishi, cordyceps. I like other compounds like golden seal's wonderful. I had that in my GI Clear 4. That's kind of in the berberine family. That's wonderful. I see a lot of berberines do amazing. You know, Oregon grape, barberry. I like golden seal. I think it's wonderful out of the gates. You have
And
things
what
like
for?
what's
And
that?
what are you referring to the berberine compounds for? What are you talking about?
Well, it's an antibacterial. Berberines mixed with wormwood. If you look at Stephen Buhner's book, he talks about that being a very powerful antiviral kind of synergist. So berberines with artemisia are very powerful there as well. So I like that too. I would also say astragalus is also very powerful. It's a good blood cleanser. It helps with the spleen. It helps with B cell antibody production. Helps clean out the blood a little bit. Any feedback on astragalus?
Oh, love astragalus. I've got tons of bottles of it, and we made astragalus for a long time. We had really good quality source, glass bottle, good stuff. I take astragalus all the time, and especially for tick bites. If you're listening and you're like, hey, I want to improve my immune system, and all of a sudden I got a tick bite, per Stephen Buhner's protocol, he recommends 3 grams of astragalus for the first 30 days to really help ramp up the immune system. If you had chronic Lyme, though, that would be a situation where you don't do that because it can send the immune system the other direction. So that's one of my favorite herbs. I'm glad you brought it up. And it's often the root. Technically, we say the herb, but astragalus root is what's being used.
Correct. So we hit astragalus, we hit golden seal, we hit some of our medicinal mushrooms, we hit silver. Let's hit one more out of the gates. Andrographis is another good one. And again, a lot of these herbs work by one, supporting or stimulating your immune response. And typically, a lot of them are going to work more on the Th1 side. So they're going to really help mobilize natural killer helper cell production. And of course, that then also helps support antibody production later in the game. And then a lot of these herbs can also decrease the virus from being able to replicate. And so that's helpful because the more replication of the virus we have, the more the symptoms increase. So if we can decrease virus load while improving our immune response, then we kind of hit it from both angles. Now, people that are autoimmune, some of these herbs could make you feel worse, right? But the way I look at it is most people are going to be Th2 dominant in a lot of these autoimmune issues. And so naturally supporting Th2 could be a good thing out of the gate. So I always say work on supporting the nutrients first, and then you can kind of come in there with the herbals, come in there one at a time and just see how you do with them. And then add that to your functional medicine toolbox later on down the road. So if you get sick, you know different strategies that are going to help you.
Yeah, it's a great point. You're hitting on the multiple mechanisms, right? You've got vitamin D increasing the immunity and reducing cytokine storms. You mentioned some of the antimicrobial benefits to it. You've got the biofilm support in there. You've got the intracellular support with the zinc and the quercetin. You've got just the standard immune support with your mushrooms. You've got your protection from glutathione and NAC. Last thing I'd like to mention on the herbal front, I would say some sort of adaptogen. We kind of talked about this off air.
Oh, yeah.
Adaptogens in a roundabout way would be very beneficial. And that's something you and I take every single day, as far as I know you do, or at least most
right
days.
Here, ashwagandha is one of my favorites. My ashwagandha supreme. Ashwagandha has been shown to be taken long-term, very helpful for immune function, immune modulation. Obviously, ashwagandha can help cortisol surges too. And we know high cortisol / stress can decrease your immune function. So if you're having high cortisol due to some kind of acute response, ashwagandha may be a good solution to help get that cortisol response under control.
If I had to pick two, I think ashwagandha is up there, maybe number 3 for me. I'd say number 1, based on what's been going on, rhodiola, because of the anti-fatigue effects, the anti-anxiety, the antidepressive effects,
Yep.
also amazing for hypoxia. For athletes, for anybody struggling with oxygenation issues, rhodiola is amazing. Second, I'd got to go with eleuthero. I love Siberian ginseng. That
Yep.
combo of eleuthero
Mm-hmm.
and rhodiola, oh man. Holy basil's awesome too. I mean, God, we love adaptogens. So I would just say any and all of those could be worked into a protocol and would provide an extra support to keep you up on your feet.
100%. And also with vitamin D, yeah, taking vitamin D with K2 is going to be helpful, or at least vitamin K. Again, if you're getting a tablespoon or two of high quality grass fed butter or ghee a day, that's great. If you're getting any sauerkraut or good greens, that's going to be more K1. So if you have enough of those good quality fat soluble vitamins in your diet, you're probably going to be okay. But if you're not, that's where it's good to just have a little bit of vitamin K2 in there as an insurance policy.
Cool. Well, I
Cool.
think we covered it unless you want to throw any other herbs in. I think it's a good stack though.
I mean, yeah, we had a good amount, now in regards to the amounts, I mean, typically we may double or triple the typical recommended dose on the back of the bottle if it's an acute type of phase, depending on what's happening. And so that's kind of a good, I think, rule of thumb out of the gates is at least double or triple for the first few days to a week during an immune response.
Yeah, ongoing though for me, rhodiola, a couple 100 milligrams is plenty for me. Too much, I get overstimulated. Same thing with the eleuthero, a couple 100 milligrams typically per day, early in the morning. And ashwagandha, I mean, you could go up to 500 milligrams or so would be, I think, a great ongoing dose for
Yeah, I think
ashwagandha.
I think 500 to 1,000, you can go up to 2 grams on that. And again, it matters if it's like this is a whole herb, right? Some are like a standardized extract of a much smaller dose that could be more concentrated. But if it's a whole
Mhm.
herb, a gram to 2 grams is usually going to be fine. A gram on the lower one's fine.
Yeah, and
So I hope that helps.
we're not making your protocol here. So like if you go and you look at the bottle and like, well, this is 80 milligrams of ashwagandha, so I'm gonna go take freaking 40 to get to what he recommended. No, you got to pay attention, like you mentioned, to the label, because like you said, standardized extracts, 80 milligrams could be equivalent to 800 milligrams if you've got like a 10-to-1 extract. So you got to pay attention to your labels and know
Yeah.
what you're getting.
And also, if you're really nightshade sensitive and you have a lot of autoimmunity, be careful because ashwagandha is a nightshade. But again, if you are really sensitive nightshades via tomatoes, potatoes, eggplants, peppers, then be careful with that. Do it one at a time.
Yes.
So outside of that, today was a great chat. Just for the listeners here, if you guys want to reach out and get specific functional nutrition, functional medicine care by either Evan or Dr. J myself, feel free to head over to evanbrand.com. You can reach out to Evan there. There'll be a link for you, as well as my site, justinhealth.com. We are available worldwide via phone, Zoom, FaceTime. We're here to provide all your natural health services if you need that. Also, click down below, send us a review, give us a little comment on today's podcast. If you enjoy us, let us know, kind of put down what immune support's your favorite and what's been helpful for you in the past. We love having clinical experiences shared. That's how you learn a lot. Anything else, Evan?
Absolutely. No, I think you covered it all, and just keep your head up, keep moving forward. That's all you can do. So I hope these tools will help people.